Okay, day 3 of reading Lord of the Flies. I ended up skipping the video yesterday because I got the brand new Microsoft Series X by Microsoft. I'm more of a Sony person. Anyway, the bullet points I have for today and yesterday. Let's start. Okay, before we begin, I actually took a picture of the character sheet, so I'll place that on the screen now. Remember that in editing. Okay, so starting off with what I learned at class yesterday, he stripped for no reason. Ralph just got naked for no reason. So that's the only update on that. Moving on to the next bullet point, that is a conversation between Ralph and Piggy, where Ralph actually apologizes to Piggy in the most preteen way possible, making it so he doesn't feel as bad about himself before apologizing. The next thing I want to talk about has to do with Jack, who wants to do hunting, but he has never done it before. What this leads to is a uncomfortable scene where they're facing a pig and Jack is having trouble killing it. I really like this scene because of the realism of personality it shows. Okay, that covers all the points I find interesting in Chapter 1, so we're on to Chapter 2. This chapter thing kicked up a bit more, so it's my favorite chapter so far. The first bullet point I have is Ralph showing and his leadership. He does this by telling everyone about the island and trying to make the situation as bright as possible, which is a valuable asset in a leader, but he forgot to use logic with it and ended up putting people in danger with his bright outlook and naive view on things. And even though Piggy tries to keep things logical, no one listens to him. A kid also starts talking about a beast in the story, and Piggy tries to get everyone to listen to the kid, but no one does, which, for kids, this makes sense. I will say, the way these kids act rambunctious all the time is realistic. So I'll retract my statement that the kids are unrealistic from the last video. So to talk about the beast a little, it's a complete mystery. No one knows what it is or if it's even real. I like this because it adds some sort of mystery to the books. Okay, so the next part that stood out to me is the scene where all the kids get encouraged to start a fire to attract a boat. They all run away and end up using Piggy's glasses, causing Piggy to end up scolding them about the income. And around this point they realize the kid yelled about the beast was missing. And that's where the chapter ended. Oh, I also forgot to mention they lit the forest on fire. I forgot to write that in the script, but they did light the forest on fire. Water break. Okay, on to chapter 3. There's a time jump. They don't say how far the time jump is, and that's a little issue I have, but in the end it doesn't really matter that much. Now, the kid who went missing has affected everyone's morale, but nothing else, which I don't like. I don't like the fact that they didn't even try to look for the kid. But anyway, Ralph is starting to grow more responsible as a leader, but at the same time, Jack is getting desperate for meat and wants to get better at hunting, causing a small divide between the two leaders. But other than that, there's no real interest in this chapter aside from exposition. So on to chapter 4, which there is a much larger time jump, even though it doesn't say it, you can infer it. Okay, so right off the bat, they don't really care about the mystery of the island, which as characters themselves, it makes sense, but for me as a reader, it frustrates me a bit. But in this, you see a lot larger of a divide for the kids, and you get to know about some of the other groups. Two of the groups are obvious, like Ralph and Jack are divided, but there's another group in the mix called Little Ones, which are the kids that are 6 or younger. We also get a good sense of the dynamic between Roger and Henry, which is that Roger bullies Henry but doesn't actually hurt him, which I do find intriguing. In this chapter, Piggy is officially the outcast. Even though they already treated him like one, this chapter just made it more clear. Okay, so on to the end of the chapter. A boat crosses the island, and most of the kids try to make the fire bigger so they'll see them. But Jack gets distracted about his longing of meat and kills a pig. So the fire isn't being watched and it goes out. As a result, the boat doesn't see them, and there is an even bigger divide among the characters. Oh, and they also bully Piggy some more because he's an easy target. Okay, that's all I got for now. Till the next one.